Hello, it is me in a very later on recording video because, well, I've been in bed all day, I'm afraid. I've been really struggling today. Absolutely. That's the word. That and achy. Oh my God, so achy. Because I went and saw the grandkids yesterday and I was there for about 7 hours. Yeah, I did try to escape a couple of times, but my son was in the process of emptying out one of his cupboards and he was sort of lost in it. And of course, while they were doing that, I was the glorified babysitter, as to say. I mean, I did enjoy it. We had a great time, but I can't do too long. It wipes me out. And I think tomorrow I'm hoping that because I've rested today, that I'm going to be not too bad tomorrow. But usually it's the next day that gets me. And that's... But, well, I missed a phone call from the ASD people, but I got an email and I just had to phone them up to get an appointment. And I've been trying, and in the end I had to leave a message with the receptionist and to get them to call me back, and they haven't done today, so hopefully tomorrow to get the appointment. Oh, pardon me. All right, a Temu order came, and that brought these, but they're too small for what I wanted them for. These were supposed to be coasters. I mean, well, they do kind of fit, but they're a little bit small for coasters, I thought. But, well, I should work something out with them. Then I've got this. Now, this is, let's open it up, because I wanted to try these. And it wasn't too badly priced either. I think it was something like £3.89 I got this for. But it's individual square big tub boxes, and it's all in its box. So, you know, they're all individual. So I thought I'd give them a whirl. And I'm hoping... Now, these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 by 4, so that's 32. Now, I wanted to put that in it. That. We all know what that is, don't we? I wanted to put... See, this is the one I'm doing at present. Rainbow head. This is the one I wanted to put in. Oh, it's got 57. Why? Why? So 57. So I can't kit up that one just yet. What a bother. Have I got anything which is 32? Probably not. No, 60 odd, 60 odd, 50 odd, 50 odd, 39. But that one's not due to Monday. To doing that in January, because that's my blue and pink, black and pink one that I'm doing for Craftish Kristens and Marshmallows event in January. Definitely Secret Temple I've already got kitted up. Be True to Yourself, that's the one I wanted to kit up. But 57 certainly ain't going to cut the mustard, is it? 41, but that, I don't want to do Zodiac just yet. It's not one that I'm itching. That one's 40 odd, 50 odd, 65, 51. Don't want to do that one. It's a bit dark. Got that one kitted up, but I'm so excited for that one, but I haven't done it yet. Which was Petal Falls. Magic Happens, Big Sis 61, 63. See, they're all roughly about 60. That's 53, 62. And then these are all the ones I've done. Done all these. Done all these. Oh dear. So these are all the ones I've done. Now these are ones that one I meant to send off with the thingamajig, but I didn't. These ones, they're all, well, that's 39, but I didn't, that's just too dark for me. I didn't want to do it too dark. I've got enough dark. Oh God, I've got enough dark as it is. Oh, that came off quite nicely, didn't it? Right, so I'll have to think about that, rethink, rehash. So that was the thing I got, and then I also got this one, which is a pink. Really like that. That's the colour that I wanted first off, but they didn't have them in stock at the time. All right, so anyway, onwards we go. Oh dear, yawny. Right, where was I gonna? I was gonna start with ones, wasn't it? Ones. Let us do these. Right. So what? Oh, my arms. Ow. Yeah. It's been so sunny today. Probably just where I spent it in bed. But I'm still hot. And I need some cooling down. But I won't be putting on the fan. Not until I've found a better place for it where it doesn't, you know, waft into the camera, you know, into the speaker or microphone of the camera phone. Oh dear. Oh dear. Apologise for yawning. Oh, the kids were so funny yesterday. Yeah. I've had the little munchkin, the little 9-month-old is, I was going to say is lunch, but to be honest, I would call that more of a snack type thing, because it wasn't what I'd call a proper lunch. I think I'm just the old brigade, you know. To me, lunch is a sandwich or, you know, or perhaps some soup. But I mean, in this heat, a sandwich would do. A yogurt, maybe a handful of crisps. But no, his lunch consisted of 5 varieties of crisps. You know, those ones that when you suck, you sort of they melt. I did have some of those what was it, veggie crisps, you know, those like tubes of different colours. But it was like, oh, I'd hardly call that, you know. Let's set them up for diabetes later in life, but you can't say anything. I mean, it has improved, because at one point I was asking about the kids last time, about the other kids, saying, you know, what food have they got? Are they getting any lunch? Because all they ever did seem to do was go off to the kitchen, you know, and choose what they wanted, you know, and a lot of the time it would be in the sweet cupboard, and they'd come back with all kinds of sweets or chocolate, and it was like, And so last time I said, they need something a little bit more than that, you know. I know later on they go over to Grandma's and get a you know, a Sunday dinner, which is great. But at the same point, you know, because my son hates his teeth because they're all rotten. Granted, a lot of that started when he was on the melatonin and he was on the liquid format, and that he had to hold that in his mouth for 3 minutes before swallowing, apparently. That's what they told him to do. And because it was sitting on his teeth, and it kind of like didn't matter, you know. We did clean teeth after. It's cleaning beforehand and then we clean them after, and it's, you know, it still bugged them up. And then of course he got into the yes, the high sugar energy drinks, which were not good. And so that did them even more. And I keep trying to say to them, do you want teeth like Daddy? And they all said no. I said, well, you really should sort of, you know, not eat so many sweet things, because, you know, it's the sugar in them that will play havoc on your body. My grandson, the eldest one, he's a little bit on the chubby side. I wouldn't say he's fat, but he's you know, he's not like his sister, which is, you know, she's like beanpole. She's hollow-legged. But for him, it seems to, and he's hyperactive, definitely. And stuff. So yeah, it's interesting. But well, I can't say anything, can't do anything, because I worry about my son. He's got like this pot belly, but it looks like it's just bloated. Doesn't look, you know, whatever. And I worry about him because, you know, he's such a beanpole. He hardly ever eats. And yet now he's got that. And it's like, But he keeps saying he's all right. So he's just like his bloody sister in that respect. And I just sort of think, oh, for goodness sakes, you know. It's kind of like a parent's duty, a mother's duty, that they worry about their children. You know. I think a lot of their reaction is that they just don't want to have to do anything about it. So I can't say anything about it. I've just got to let them go and hope that nothing turns into anything horrible. Obviously, if it does, I think he is seeing the light of day with his work thing. You know, that he thinks he might have to go and find a different job. And I'm so saying, well, yeah. But you do also, you know, I did try and explain to him about jobs, and, you know, they're not there to be liked as such, but they're there to, for us to earn a bread or two. You know, if we do like the job, then that's a bonus. But it ain't called work for nothing. And, you know, and if we were self-employed, then we can choose our hours. But if it's not, then, you know, you can't choose your hours. Say, well, I can only work these hours. And for them to sort of be accepting of that, because while they might, you know, be a little bit of accepting for it, in the main, they don't have to be. And that's the hard thing. I'm trying to get my son to understand this. It's so funny because they recognise that little, the eldest grandson has, their eldest son has, you know, like ADHD. And, you know, my son is forever constantly saying, well, you should know what it's like, you know, because I've got it, you know, you should know, blah, 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 and how to deal with it. I'm thinking, well, I wasn't given a manual. No, I don't know how to deal with it. I dealt with it as best I could, but there was no real help when he had it. He kept offering, saying, oh, yes, we'll look into it the next appointment he got, but that never happened. And before you knew it, he was like 14, 15, and they just couldn't be asked. And it was like, great. I said to my son, I said, well, you know, I didn't know. He didn't have a manual. But we know a lot more now. And you now know that your son has sort of got it, you know. He's shown very good symptoms of it, and people have, you know, in the know have already mentioned that. I said, so you should know for him. In that case. But he doesn't. But he wouldn't, because he's it himself. So it's like, oh, you know, it's the blind leading the blind. Oh, well. Oh, wrong one. There. Yeah. I'm desperate to know when my appointment is going to be now. Because now I'm starting to get a little bit, oh my God. This is for the ASD, for the autism one. Because of some sort of, I don't quite know what it was, but I asked my doctor for the ADHD. But because to refer, they only had one system, which was refer to the ASD and the ADHD assessment. So my doctor did that. And so they've just thought, oh, that's ASD. It's like, no. And they only do one or the other, which is absolutely twittish, to say the least. I mean, I probably am a bit ASD, somewhere on the spectrum somewhere, but I'm definitely more ADHD. Definitely. But well, I suppose we'll find out soon enough. I will. I think a lot of people are now starting to, you know, older people are now starting to inquire about, you know, ADHD and all that kind of stuff for you know, diagnosis, is because, you know, you can do so much and then it just gets exhausting and you run out of energy to battle with it every day, you know, to put on that face, that expression, you know, that, you know, act of normality. And it's just so exhausting that you don't want to act anymore, act normal anymore. You just haven't got the energy. And I think that's why a lot of us now are, especially girls, women, are now, you know, being diagnosed with it. Which is, I hope I'm in shot. Doing all this and realise I'm out of shot would be just the pig's bladder. There we go, another slurp of tea, I think. Oh, I'm going to have a shower tonight, I think. I meant to have it yesterday, but as I say, I was in my bed and I was out cold by about 1 o'clock, which was amazing for me. So I was wiped out. And I still am. Yeah, but tomorrow I've got to get up. I can't have a line or anything like that. I've got to get up, do my blood, step on the scales, do my blood, glucose, do my blood pressure, and hope I've lost some. God, I hope so. I was bad on Thursday. I had 4 jelly babies. Really bad that is, isn't it? It was at craft group and somebody went and got the jelly babies. Now, full well I'm on the diet, and rattled them right in front of my face. And they were the black ones. And I love the black ones, the black currant ones they are. And I absolutely adore those ones. And they're usually few and far between. So my willpower was non-existent over that. Yeah. So yeah, it was so hopefully those 4 jelly babies didn't, you know. See, I'm a little bit wary because, you know, every diet, you know, and people, diets and people are usually quite personal, because one diet might work for, you know, several people, but it doesn't necessarily work for all the people. Now, when I was doing my Slimming World many moons ago, I used to do that and I'd stick to it, and then every Friday I'd have a blowout. I'd have a curry, a takeaway or whatever, or curry, you know, and I'd have that, and that always made sure that I did lose that week, and I put it down to was having a curry, the blowout, you know. And I did have to say, I did swap it around a bit in the week at times, so it wasn't every Friday, so my body didn't get used to, oh well, it's Friday curry night, and get, you know, complacent. I would swap it around so it didn't know when it was going to get the curry. But it kind of worked for me. Whereas I've never been on a diet this low before. And yeah, I'm just about to start my 2nd month soon, on the 2nd of August. And it's like, I've done 1 month and I haven't lost. I've only lost about 1 and a little bit stone so far. I mean, I don't know what tomorrow's going to do, which, yes, it's quite a bit, I know, but, you know, for what I was thinking, you know, because it's supposed to be that rapid diet that they give to you, like, before you go and have an operation, for goodness sakes. But if it's like that, and it's not doing diddly squat, then obviously it ain't the diet for me. But, well, we will see what gives tomorrow. Oh, I had my my parcel from AliExpress turn up. It was an Moda Zushi hoodie, and when it turned up, I thought, that's a bit bloody thin. It's more like a t-shirt, you know, style. And when I opened it, it wasn't like I was expecting it. I was expecting it to be like the sweatshirt, like my black hoodie that I got. Granted, I got that from Amazon, but, you know, it still, in effect, came from China. And I went, Now, the postage on this hoodie cost me more than the flipping thing. So I should have realised, to be honest. But it still came up to about £11. No. Which, you know, for Chinese prices, I was thinking, well, that's about right for, you know, for like the style that I had before. You know, my black one. But no. It turned out, and it was this horrible, oh God. He had a soft innards, but it was just so flipping thin. And I tried it on. I couldn't get it past my boobies, even though it was extra large. Well, more than extra large. I can't remember which extra large it was. I think it was about 3, which was about the extra large of my hoodie that I got from Amazon. Because I have to get extra large ones, not to cover my belly, it's to get past my boobs. And so it was like, oh, great. So that one I'm going to have to send back, I really am. And yeah, and possibly go and have a look on Amazon again and see if I can get one from there again, because, you know, yeah, but that'll have to wait. I'm not spending any more. Yeah. Oh, my son disappearing into the cupboard. He only was going to do the cupboard was so he could find my because he brought me back my silhouette cameo the other week, the other month even, and I said, well, have you got the wires and everything else? Oh, I brought them back, didn't I? He said, I could have sworn I brought them back to you. I said, well, no, I haven't had them, nor the mats. And he said, oh, it'll probably be in that cupboard then. Oh God. I said, oh well, the sooner you go in that cupboard and get it out, find it all, then the sooner I can put it up on eBay or somewhere and sell it, and then, you know, you'll have a bit of that and I'll have a bit of that, because I'm trying to help him out, aren't I? I'm trying not to get too caught up. I'm thinking of not helping him out, it's helping the kids out. I mean, I purposefully went out yesterday without my purse. I think I did well by doing that, because when I get there, there's no Netflix. He hasn't got his phone because he hasn't paid the bill, and everything is going all peak tong from. And it's like, well, I said, I'm in the same situation. I've got loads of credit cards that I've now got to pay off, and yeah, my money comes in and it goes out and it's all gone, and then I still struggle to pay this, that and the other. That's like we all do. You know, it's not totally bad for me, but, you know, it's because they offered me credit cards. That's what it is. If they turned around and said no, I wouldn't have been in this situation. But no, they turned around and said yes. And it's like, well, that was just bloody stupid. So, yeah. Because it's not just the credit cards that get you. It's the interest that they whack on. And of course, you don't know how much interest is going to be added on totally. You know, they can give you a rough estimate if you look at your statements. But of course, nowadays we don't tend to get statements. Well, we do, but we don't. They're not posted to us, so we can't see them, you know, off the cuff and know exactly how much we've got to pay on estimated interest for the next year, you know, for the next month, because we don't see it. Unless you make a concerted effort to, you know, to look at that. But, you know, we don't really, do we? And I just sort of think, oh, God. So you've got a bill and you're paying like 100 odd it's asking you for. And then it's saying estimated next month's interest is £47. And you think, good God. And what they don't tell you is that anything that you Klarnaize or ClearPlay and you use them a credit card to pay for it, that gets done as a cash withdrawal. And a cash withdrawal is more money. So I try not to now, but it's too late on the ones that I already have. So, and they always get taken last, obviously. Because that's how they like to do it. Right. So that's that. Where's that? God, it's warm. Let's get a bit of water. It's because of this light pad. It's so warm and I'm leaning on it. Oh, God. Ouch, 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 ouch. Yeah. Oh, another bin I've got to empty. Oh dear. Right. Oh, look at that. Nice fizzly bubbly water. Oh my God, that's so nice. And nice and cold. Right. I'll put these away. I was going to do these next, wasn't I? I'm trying to think what I can do, because this morning I saw Gems has got a little what's it called coming on? God, I'm good at these, aren't I? Challenge type thing. And I think it's for August, and it's, you can do anything you like as long as it's a new start. It can be crafty of any sort, I think. And you put up your pictures of, you know, creating. It's just such a shame I'd already started my Sexy Wang eBay, because I could have done that for them. And yeah, but well, so and you just had to like the other couple of people that were doing with it, which were was it West Aussies, Craft and Read, something or other, and Wonders baskets, something, hand baskets or something like that, as well as paint, craft by Gem or whatever it was. I'm not very good at this, am I? And yeah, so I subscribe to the other two, and I'm going to watch some. Oh look, there's 5 something. I'm going to watch some more of theirs later on, and we will see they are about, because Gems was the one that did that lovely wardrobe. Oh my god, not wardrobe, chest of drawers in diamond painting, diamond drills. Yeah, get in. Get in. Yeah, so it's definitely one to watch, that one. So now I've just got to go over to Wanda's Facebook page and just check in there and see what other people are doing, to get myself an idea of what I might do. I think it can be any crafts. So I am toying up with doing that that lampshade. Because I think that could be quite fab. God, I'm sticking to this mat, to this painting. Can you hear that? Ooh, it's horrible. I'll have to get a tea towel or something and put that down, because that's what doesn't help in making you all hot and sticky feel. Oof. Oh dear, I'm so lost without my sidekick, without him joining in, her joining in on these diamond paintings and hearing them mew on. Okay, as long as I don't think about her really, which is horrible. Yeah, I'm feeling tearful now just thinking about her. Well, to be honest, in one way, how she went was a better way. It was just shame that she was still so pretty young. But, you know, there was none of this like I had with Ted, my other cat, who got very poorly, very sick. Vet's visits, loads of money, expense, which I did find, you know. It was a lot of money, but I did find the money somehow, you know. But, you know, there was none of that long drawn out process, shall we say. It was quick, relatively pain-free. I should think it was just so sudden for her. So I'm thankful for that. But I'm also a bit pissed off with her for doing it. She knew damn well about crossing the road. I told her so many times. She'd got to be careful. But such is bloody life, as they say. yes, I do miss her so much. And when I see all these other channels and they've all got their pussycats, you know, playing around and everything else, it's lovely to see. But at the same point, I do get a twinge of, oh, if only. Well, oh my word, I had a weird dream last night. It was one of these ones that I was on board a cruiser, a cruise ship, and it was definitely one of those weird ones. And it was like, you know, the way station, going up to the way station again and seeing people there. And this time, I saw in the distance, like in the side bit, my mother, and she was sat on her own, but she was blaming Molly and Jane. Now, Molly I can only think of as my mad Aunt Molly, who was my dad's cousin's ex-wife. Now she's gone, she's over the other side. And then she was there blaming Jane, and I don't know, because Jane isn't gone. Well, now there's my mother, I don't think. I don't get on with my mother, I don't speak to my mother. But it was very weird. Oh, what's he doing in there? Where's he come from? He has come off from somewhere. Whoops. He is not going back in here. He's going to go into his original pot, which is this one. Save these ones up. But yes, so I don't know what that was about. But it definitely was a bit weird. That was crazy. For years and years, I knew something was going to be happening in August 16. Now I kept thinking it's that 16th of August. But then, when my dad passed away, he passed on the 19th of August, which was his mother's birthday. And get this, it was also the day she died. She was born and died on the 19th of August, 96 years apart. And he died on her birthday. And that was in August 2016. So I think I already knew that, didn't I, really? And it just kind of like made a lot of sense, that did. And then, so I had that. I mean, my best friend's dad, knew when he was gone and stuff. And now I'm thinking, oh, is this the expected one for my mother now? And how do I deal with that? Because I don't know how I deal with that. I mean, this is the thing. I definitely think that I'm ASD, ADHD, because out of sight, out of mind. If I don't interact with them, I don't. Oh, it's crazy because it kind of doesn't apply with Desi at the moment. She's still there, but I feel it's going that way. And I don't want that. But it's like, you know, life is continuing, and perhaps it's starting to continue a lot better, a lot quicker, you know, than I want it to be, really, or maybe not how I want it to be. I don't know, because I don't quite know anything anymore. I just sort of think outside, out of mind. It's like the piles, you know, if you don't notice what's in that pile. You know, I've got loads of boxes under the stairs, and in it I've got lots of stuff, important stuff. Couldn't tell you what stuff is in there, which is important, but I know, and I don't want to get rid of it. But that's a case of like out of sight, out of mind. If I was to bring it into sight, into mind, then we are, okay, I am in trouble then. Because then I'm bringing it into my mind, and then therefore it will take up a space in my mind. And so, like, with my mother, you know, at the moment, I just sort of think, well, she's here, she's there in the world somewhere, and it doesn't matter, you know. But then, of course, there will come a time, you know, and she's pretty old now, when she won't be. And how will I feel then? You know, I don't know. I don't know until it happens, but I can't act. I can't, you know, change that. Which is the weird bit. Because, I mean, you get people saying, why don't you speak to her? Why don't you just try and speak to her? And the thing is, yes, I could do that. But nothing will change. I'll just get the pat on the shoulder, you know, extra hard pat on the shoulder if we say, silly girl, you know, and that's crap. And then some people say, oh, well, yes, but she's not got much time left, does she really, in comparison to you? Well, then I sort of stop and think, well, how do we know how much time any of us have left? And, you know, she's done some nasty manipulative work, you know, stuff to me in the past. And, you know, and, you know, I don't forgive her for that. All that time, I could have been having a proper relationship with my father, you know, when I was younger. She took away from me, in effect. And I can't forgive her for that. So every time I saw my dad, I loved him to bits so much, but yet I didn't know how to interact with him because my mother was always on the one, your father left us. It's always us. It was never, he left me, until I pointed that out to her when I had the final row with her. And she then tried pulling everything because she knew all her manipulations weren't going to work anymore. And that's how we stopped, because she would say, your father left us. No, he left you. He didn't leave us. But she created that. She created that awkwardness. I don't know, the others, I think, dealt with it better. But there again, you know, I didn't because, well, my brother and sister hated me because they blamed me for the split up. And then I had my mother manipulating. That's how I grew up. So it's like, yes, I know it could have been a lot worse. But, you know, for me, that was as worse as it could get. It was horrendous. And all kinds of other things that, you know, came out of it. You know, I was a prominent bedwetter till I was about 13, 14. And oh God, you know, the tellings of and the blamings of that. And I couldn't do anything about that. Got so bad that in the end I had to go to the, I had to go up to Salisbury it was around the back of the library that there was this sort of children's services sort of place where you went to, and they gave me a buzzer, it was called, and it was a flat mesh type thing, and it was connected to something, and it apparently buzzed, so apparently it was supposed to wake you up when you started peeing. Yeah, all very good and well. Never stopped you when you were peeing, because by that point it was too bloody late, and by the time you woke up you'd finished. And every time I always dreamt that I was sat on the toilet as well, and it was so real. I was sat on the toilet and so I could go. But a lot of it, I think, was down to before. yeah, when I have certain memories, and I don't know, but it's weird memories, you know, and you sort of think, okay. And yeah, and there were shameful memories, you know, whatever shame was, because let's face it, when you're a child, you don't really know what shame is, do you? You just feel alone. And I put 1 and 1 together, and it might make up 2, but there again, it might not. I don't know. But apparently, my mum and dad were a bit of a swingers, you know, 70s time. And I don't think my mum liked it that much. Apparently, I think that's the case. And so they used to have parties a lot. And I just remember not wanting to go to bed because we had this weird thing. I couldn't go to bed. I had to go to bed in my night dress, and I wasn't supposed to wear knickers, and I don't know why. Whether it was because I was peeing the beds at that age or what, but a pair of knickers wouldn't have made much bloody difference. And then I have long blanks, but I do remember crying in my bed, sleeping, and trying to get as close to the wall as possible on my bed. And I was in a bunk bed. My sister was supposed to be above, but she was always allowed to go to bed a little bit later or something, or was she? Or she was always out for the count, whether she was awake and she was hearing everything. I don't know. But I used to, get a bit distraught, and I don't know whether it was just because there was extra people in the house, I heard, or what. But I mean, my bedroom and my sister's bedroom at the time was at the end of the corridor at the top, and the bathroom was next door to us. And whether people sort of went along and saw, but I don't know. But I'm pretty certain some things happened. And I think that's why I started wetting the bed, was to put them off, and why I wore knickers, to put them off. I'm pretty certain that was what it was, but, you know, got no evidence, got no proof, got no, just these muddled memories, in, you know, and various things. And it's, but, you know, she was supposed to protect me and stuff. And other things later happened that I just sort of think, nah. So there's a reason why I don't. But definitely I think the ASD is out of sight, out of mind. And not only that is, for years, I've got a scar on my forehead, just like Harry Potter, right down the middle. And I had to have it clipped and all this kind of stuff, clips in it and stuff. And my mum had told me, oh, it's because when I was crawling, I crawled into the corner of the chest of drawers. Funny enough, the chest of drawers I've got upstairs in my bedroom. So it's that old. And I didn't think anything of it. I thought, oh, I walked into a corner of chest of drawers, and that's how I got that scar. My dad pointed out and said, no, actually it wasn't me walking into a corner of a chest of drawers. My mum physically dropped me, basically kind of like threw me to the ground when I was little, and I caught my head on the corner of the hearth of the where there was the, you know, the Arga type cooker, and there was a big thick hearth around it, and I got my head caught on that, and that's what did it. And I thought, wow, that is interesting, because of all the places I can remember quite a lot of the kitchens in it, but that is the one house I don't recall much of the kitchen. And I remember bits, but they're just smatterings. I can remember the rest of the house, no problem. I know where the kitchen was, but it was like a door that we never went in. I never went in. And I'm wondering whether it's from that's why. It's interesting though, looking back on it. But of course, you know, when you're a kid, you don't realise these things. You just have all these smatterings of things that are hitting you, and you just sort of get freaked out by them, get serious anxiety, and yeah, and don't trust anybody. But you don't realise why. But yeah. So it's a case of living with it all, and you know, can't change it because it happened. But at the same point, I can't let her off that lightly, because she was supposed to protect me. And she in turn also blamed me basically for my dad leaving as well. Where did that fly off to? It wasn't my fault. She chose to have me as a band-aid for the relationship, and it didn't work. It backfired on her. Didn't say my dad didn't love me, because he did. But yes, my whole relationship was so awkward. Yeah. Ah, well, we all have things in our past that we, you know, that will rattle around inside of us, good or bad, mysterious, hidden, not known. Oh, that's where it went. Yeah. But I do like to process everything. I want to process things and get it packed away properly, so then there's less chance of it coming back out and biting me, because all throughout my life it's come back out and it's bitten me because I haven't dealt with it, because it's like I haven't been allowed to deal with it, because my mother's memory of it all and me is intertwined, interconnected. Yeah, so as they say, don't muck up your children, people. I know there's a bit of a chance that you're going to muck them up somehow, but to some degree, and I suppose you have to in some ways, but just be careful with what you choose to muck them up with. They don't come with a flipping book. I never understood my kids either, to a certain extent. I was just going through the processes with them, trying to keep them fed, clothed, and relatively happy. Yeah. That's a combination of like my ADHD or whatever it is, I'm pretty certain of it, and my growing up, and me as well. trying to interpret it all, and it's like, God, okay, I liken it to, I was given a children's manual in Lithuanian. Do I know Lithuanian? Nope. I could have learnt it if I knew that it was Lithuanian, but you're never told that it is Lithuanian. It is just a manual in some weird language that you haven't got a clue about. Yeah. Wow. Where are we at now? Oh, we're at an hour. I think I'm going to finish this one, and then I will crack on and go and I don't know. I had hoped that I was going to finish this today or tomorrow. If I'd had a full day of doing this, I could have done it tomorrow. But yes. But then I realised, oh dear, this is also rounds. And that means it doesn't get put away into my squares box. It gets put away into my rounds box. And my rounds box is underneath so much. This is where it is. Piles. Out of sight, out of mind. We're back to that again. It'd be like Christmas, so if I did go under the stairs into the boxes and sifted through what was in there. Yeah. I think they're when they were both born, my kids, I was sent lots of, you know, cards and things like that. And I think it's come to that time where I'm going to get them out and I'm going to package them all up and I'm going to send them down to their respective people. You know, I have my daughters to hers and my sons to him, and they can deal with them. And then they're not in that sort of drawer, cupboard or whatever box of the stuff that we daren't get shot of because it's too sentimental and are we doing, you know. But then it's like, do we really have to keep everything? You know, like every birthday card they had for the next sort of 10 years. And it's like, The thing is, I'm going to have to keep Pangaea Bua, as in my daughter's big, large panda, because he's falling apart. And there's no way anybody else would want him, you know, in his condition. Which is, you know, a bit of a shame. So he'll have to be my company from now on, won't you, Pangaea Bua? And it was my daughter at the age of 3, I think, named him that. I didn't have a clue. Pangaea is some sort of dinosaur type, I think it's land, estuary type thing. I don't know. Yeah. But she came up with it. Oh, look, I've missed some X's. Let's quickly fill those in, shall we? Quickly fill them in. X, 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 and there we have it. So we've had a bit of a all-round conversation, haven't we, really? I don't know. Never know what to talk about until it just sort of sprouts. But anyway, I hope you're all doing well, and you're all, you know, enjoying what it is you're doing. And yes, I will see you very soon. So take care, everyone. Love you all. Bye.